I wrote a lot of scripts. I took the same like writing class over and over again,
Right.
like every quarter, just to use as an elective, to just use it to write another play. I have masters in film, but I've also worked in the service industry my whole life. Like I still bartend on occasion, even. Right.
All right.
So first name Reyshan. Put it into Google, and you don't need anything else. But also Beyond the Check, just Google Beyond the Check, and it really my business card and all my social links.
Thank you guys all for tuning in. We have made it to season 3. Again, season 3. I want to thank all the listeners for this long journey with me. Real Vegas, real topics, real business with real owners, not only just Vegas, but across the nation. Make sure you subscribe to get new episode notification. And then also, thank you all who sent in support. I want to thank everyone for all the support. We appreciate it. Again, you can send the support to $Visit Vegas, and that's Cash App. And if you have a small business in Vegas or anywhere across the U.S. or anywhere in the nation, go ahead and that needs to be featured on Visit Vegas Places. Email us, visitvegasplaces@gmail.com. And that's visitvegasplaces@gmail.com. Leave your name of your business, and your contact number. 24 to 48 hours, we'll get in contact. So season 3, we're here. I wanted to open this one up with one of my favorite topics. This guy, he's a man, the jack of all trades when it comes to film. He's definitely he's an all-American filmmaker, producer, writer, director, television personality. Also, as I'm looking in, he also is an author. He writes books. We have executive producer, host of the television and podcast series Beyond the Check, and I have Reyshan Parker. Reyshan, thank you for joining Vegas. How you doing?
Hey man, happy to finally made it to Vegas.
That's right. We got to make it happen for real. When the last time you've been?
I feel like this trip I'm gonna save some money though. I don't know.
Okay. When the last time you've been out here?
I've honestly only ever driven through Vegas and Reno.
Oh,
Never.
Man. Well, you have somebody now. Yeah, now you have somebody. You got to film out here, though. I know you. Yeah, it's a lot.
Texas. We made it to Texas for season 3 of Beyond the Check, so we got to get past Texas. So I'm maybe Nevada's the next stop.
I'll bring you out here, man. There's some chefs that I'd love to meet you too. I could take you to, and you could do your thing with.
How do you choose? There's so much. There's so much food in Vegas, right?
I was just saying that on my last session. Like, I couldn't do this by myself. There's no way that I can cover everything. I'll be doing this for the rest of my life, and I still wouldn't be able to cover everything here. So I don't think on the outside looking in, I don't think people really understand that. But that's funny that you asked that.
I gotta have you on my podcast because I want to ask you all the questions about the Vegas food. But
no problem. Now, first I want to get into is I see you're writing. What was your first script or even a book? Because I'm trying to get into writing myself, and I'm writing a couple of books. What was the one script or book you wrote no one knows about that turned on that light bulb for you, confirmed your destiny?
Oh man. So when I was a kid, I was homeschooled until 8th grade. And my mom bought us these books that were like write your own storybooks. And so it kind of had like a theme at the top, and there was just blank pages. And she'd be like, don't worry about your spelling or whatever. Just like write your stories. Right. And so that's what I did. And I think I spelled was W-A-Z till I was probably 12, but whatever.
That's cool. That's when you knew that it was writing. I have to do this.
Well, I actually went to my undergrad for acting because I was like, in high school, I was a theater kid who hung out with all the ex-jocks turned drug dealers. Right. But I was the one who was still like, I hung out with all the nerds in the theater class, right? Right. And so we got to write our own scripts, and I was like the elite theater class where you literally wrote skit comedy. It was like Saturday Night Live, like in high school, right?
Right.
And so that was fun. And then in college, I applied for the acting program, and I had a terrible audition, like real bad. It was not good. It was bad. And they only let you audition once, and if you don't pull it off that one time, they tell you to not even bother trying again.
Oh, that's cutthroat.
So it turns out that I went into playwriting. So I have a bachelor's in playwriting and a film minor from Ohio University.
Okay.
But all the actors had to work all the time. They were on set, they were doing all the extra stuff, and the writers, we just kind of dicked off at home. And like, I wrote a lot of scripts. I took the same like writing class over and over again,
Right.
like every quarter, just to use as an elective, to just use it to write another play. And so I think that's really the extent of how I got into writing, like in a knowledgeable way.
Right, but not only writing, you're well rounded. You're writing, it's film. You're well rounded. It's not just one lane you're in. You're everywhere. Your hands are in everything.
Well, at the same time, as a child, right? So I think I find it blows my mind that like people don't know what they always wanted to be or what they always wanted to do. Because like at 11, like so I have like the writing books as a kid, right? But then like at 11, my dad buys a video camera. This is in the 80s, right? So, and I got this really cool video camera. And I don't know if you know, but back in the day, you could hook up to a VCR and you could cut from the VHS to the VCR. You could open up sound with this thing, like it literally you could do everything with it. And so I used to film my sister's gymnastics matches, and I make Lego movies. And like I was animating Legos way before like the Lego movie ever came out, like 1986 or now probably 89. But and then I'd look at a computer. My dad was a computer guy. He built clone PCs back in like 1985. And I would look at that VCR and I would look at the computer and I'd be like, man, somehow, someday these two things are going to come together.
Right. That's right.
And then here we are. But
now, what's big and working is the Beyond the Check. I've checked it out. Now, the website is beautiful. I love all your scenes and the sets, and you're out there. You're really behind the scene. What I like about your show that is natural, I can tell it's more personable. Let us know the difference from the worker-owned edition and the front of house edition and the concept behind each.
Okay, so I was just trying to do a fun thing, like service industry related, because I've have a master's in film, but I've also worked in the service industry my whole life. Like I still bartend on occasion, even. Right. So, so I wanted to just like servers love nothing more than talking about work after work, even though they say they're not going to. When they leave work, all they do is talk about how much they hate work and everybody they work with. But you making fun of customers, et cetera, just like the annoying things about the service industry. So I just wanted to take servers out and like do this and just take them to do something, like putt or go to the beach or, just go get a beer and bullshit about, talk about work after work. Right. But that wasn't enough. So I wanted to do chefs and the restaurants and make an actual show.
Right.
And so that's what I did.
Love it. Now, with you being also a director and producer, I see that you did direct and produce your bio with the Odie, based on the Odyssey by Homer. Enlighten us on that that you had your hands in on.
So everyone, if you want to make a feature film, it's not really that hard. It's exceptionally time consuming, and you need to organize a lot of things at the same time. But for $10,000, we shot Odie, based on the Odyssey by Homer. It's a stoner comedy. I had all my grad school friends come, and I paid for them to like just to stay, and I fed them, and they brought all their toys, and we made a movie in 6 days.
Wow.
For under $10,000, and I edited that for like not even that long, maybe 2 months. I didn't sleep very much, but I got it done in like 2 months.
I believe you.
It's like watching a car crash. Like it gets better every time I watch it. Yeah. Actually, I think it's going to be worse, and I'm like, I actually like this. This is ridiculous. This is great. But $10,000, we made a whole feature film in 6 days. Well, plus
it's not bad for the audience that's just want to check that out. Where can they just go right now online and check that out?
It's on Tubi. It's on Fox's Tubi TV. It's also on Amazon Prime if you want to pay for it. But it's free on Tubi.
I love that because the Beyond Check is on also the Fox Tubi TV and Amazon Video.
Mm-hmm.
You also have the podcast. I see where you do a deep dive in. Is it for those that's out there? There's a lot of older generation I see now are really getting into the social media, are really influenced of getting loose. Especially you see guys like us and everything. Like, hold on, these guys can do it. I can. You mentioned something that $10,000. Once somebody is really on social media, is it real hard to get on a Fox Tubi TV if they have a little show that they're trying to put together? What is the process?
So I go through a distributor called Film Hub, and so they'll take whatever you have. Your assets have to be appropriate, right? So you just have to know your technical stuff on what you're delivering and your deliverables. And then, and if they're wrong, they'll let you know and tell you need to fix it and give you the little sheet that says this is what we need and this is what it's supposed to be and make it that way.
Wow.
And before they ever submit it to anybody else. So instead of like going direct to Amazon, where if you submit your stuff, Amazon is just going to turn you down if it's not right, and they're probably not going to ask you to fix it. They're just going to tell you this is not done, right? But if you go through the distributor who's going to take 20%, they're going to QC, quality control, all of your assets before they're ever delivered to anybody. Amazon, Tubi, Hulu, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And make sure that it's all good, right? So it's worth it to go through that. And there's no guarantee that anybody's going to pick up your stuff, right? It's just if they like it, they'll take it. Amazon's pretty good about taking almost anything, as long as it, looks like an actual show.
Right.
Or it's an actual movie. Tubi's a little more picky, but if you make good content, somebody's going to take it, right? So
correct. All right, now let's not leave off on the book. Now you wrote also a fictional novel. Let us know about the fictional novel you wrote.
So I wrote a book called Noir, The Good Girl, the Detective, and the Femme Fatale. I think it's only available at lulu.com now. It was years ago.
Okay.
But if you go to lulu.com and look for Noir, The Good Girl, the Detective, and the Femme Fatale, it's a story from 3 different perspectives. It's a classic like noir, like murder mystery, detective story. And I had written the feature film before that. And we were actually going to make it for like $4 million. I had Burt Reynolds in the movie.
Wow.
It never actually came to fruition. But long story short, I wrote that book in order to prop up the movie. And there's also like a couple chapters of the comic book that was going along with it. And it's a pretty good book. It's still got some typos in it, I think. Maybe.
That's cool. And the reason why I take the audience down to history, when you guys do check Reyshan out, he didn't just wake up and decide to be a foodie. This man has history. He's a pioneer. He's been doing this. So this is not just new to him. He also has a podcast. Let us know about the podcast and where can we tune into the podcast.
So I'm also a Tastemade maker. So if you know what Tastemade is, it's kind of like the Food Network, but it's, they haven't been around as long as Food Network, but it's really good content. And you can listen live to the podcast when I record it if you follow me on Tastemade, Beyond the Check on Tastemade. But then after that, it airs everywhere weeks after Tastemade. So anywhere you podcast, Google Beyond the Check. It's one of the first things that you'll ever pop up.
I love it.
There's another Beyond the Check podcast, but it's not called Beyond the Check podcast. It's actually about like financial stuff or something. But I don't think they air anymore. But it's there. It's like it's at the bottom of Google's page now. So Google just Beyond the Check, you'll find it.
All right. I love how you have your podcast linked into the website, so you can also still check out his website while tuning into his podcast.
Yeah, Tastemade, guys. We do live stuff. We're gonna have lots of fun things happening. We got a live cooking show, or the behind the scenes of the making of a cooking show we're doing sometime in the next 6 months.
Yes, sir. Let us know.
Make a cooking show by watching us make a cooking show, and then you can go watch the
How do you have time for anything? What was the last restaurant you got behind the scenes on and shot for? What was the last restaurant you did?
In Texas in December.
Yeah. What was it? What kind of restaurant?
we did 8. We did 7. We did 7 places in and around Texas. So we were around Austin
Wow.
area, Dallas area, and we went to a place called Bryan, Texas, to a full-on
Okay.
farm to table. They own a farm and the restaurant.
I love it.
So all their food, 90% of their food came from the farm to their table, and the rest
Wow.
of it they, seasonally.
Wow.
You got to buy some things once in a while.
So do you research these restaurants and search them out before you actually head out there, to
Oh
review
yeah,
them?
like I picked them. They're handpicked.
Okay. All right. That's cool.
TripAdvisor.
That's real cool. I love this show too. Like I said, it's you guys got to check it out. It's way more personable. It's way more realer. It's no fluff to it, and I love it. Do you write? Did you write
No,
all of it too yourself?
there's nothing written. I mean, the intros,
Right, but
well,
everything's
any
right live.
voiceovers.
That's what. Yeah, I love it
Yeah,
too.
but
That's why I love it.
yeah,
Yeah,
there's not a lot of takes. All the cooking happens in real time. All the interviews. I mean, it's edited, of course, but there's no we're not pre-dialogued in any way, shape, or form.
correct. Yes, no fluff to it at all. That was one
Even
thing
the
I did.
intros in the car, right? It's literally just like, all right, we're rolling, and we're
Yeah. All right. Do me a favor, Reyshan. Let my audience know where can they view all the footage that we were speaking on, and how can they listen to the podcast and get in contact with you. Also, your social media handles. Reyshan is active on all social media platforms, which is also cool. So let us know your social media handles.
If you spell my name appropriately, just my first name, all you have to spell is my first name, Reyshan, Reyshan. Put it into Google, and you don't need anything else. But also Beyond the Check, just Google Beyond the Check. And it really, my business card and all my social links are on my Popl business card. So if you go to Popl, Popl, Popl.co /Beyond the Check. You have every link you could ever want to anything. You could also give me money if you wanted to. There's a whole bunch of, but you
That's
don't,
right.
you don't have to. You can also just go follow me on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or wherever you want. I'll be there.
No, speaking on that though, to giving the money, I was going to ask you. I was searching. Do you have like recipes to sell? Like some of your special books that you were presenting. Do you have any of that to sell yet?
No, my mother has a recipe book that she made us kids, right? And it's all handwritten and Xeroxed, and it's in a binder. So, and it's from my great grandparents and just recipes that were passed down through the family.
Wow.
So I'm working on trying to get that typed up and stories and stuff in it, and then maybe I'll release just the Beyond the Check. I don't know, Reyshan. I don't know what it'll be called.
Wow, I can see that. Then you have the original version. Yeah, right.
1970s recipes and stuff.
How do you store the book though?
How do I store it?
Yes.
So
nothing happens to it, or damage.
So my mom took it all a long time ago, and literally went to FedEx and Xeroxed all the cards or pieces of paper.
Gotcha.
All that stuff was written on.
Okay.
And then it's had them bound into books. So nothing's digital right now. Everything has to be typed.
Right.
Or just scanned again and put in handwritten. And I can't read these people's hand. They wrote in cursive, okay? Yeah. And
yeah, you got to break it down. Yeah.
I have no idea.
Right. Wow, that's cool. That's actually history also. Yeah. Yeah, man. So let us know your social media handles. The website also, what is the direct website?
If you go to independentlasagna.com, independentlasagna.com, that's my production company, and Beyond the Check website's there. But just Google Beyond the Check. Super easy.
Yes, sir. Reyshan Parker, you guys. Classic. Now, Reyshan, before you get out of here, we're going to go through this or that, get a little personal. So I'll give you two options, and you just let me know your, preference of each one. And then last, I'm going to see how very, very Vegas you are. We'll take it light. Not a right or wrong answer. Just educate the audience of the history of Las Vegas. So with this or that, Reyshan Parker, on your go-to cooking, if you had one sauce, is your go-to teriyaki or barbecue?
Teriyaki.
Yeah, okay, teriyaki. Is there a special kind of teriyaki you get? Let me know.
I mean, a good one.
Or brand? Yeah. What's your
No.
favorite? No. Okay. You make yours, huh?
There's the dragon kind. I don't remember what it was called, but it
Okay.
was like it had a red cap on it, and it had
Mm,
like bright red Chinese lettering on the front of it,
right.
and like a dragon on the bottle. But I have
Yeah.
no idea what the name of it was.
Right. I think my wife, she gets the Asian one, the orange one, the Yoshia, I think it is, and that one's pretty good, the teriyaki. But it's hard to find a real authentic one if you're buying it.
I like the thicker ones, like the
Yes.
you know.
Yes. Yes. Okay. All right. The next one, we're gonna take it off. Probably you're gonna go, ah. If you had to go fast food for anything taco, would it be Del Taco or Taco Bell?
Well, funny story. I don't think I've ever had Del Taco.
Serious? No.
I'm in Savannah, Georgia. We don't have a Del Taco, and
No Del Tacos out there.
And there's so many tacos in Texas that I had gas station tacos, burritos.
Okay,
there was no reason to go to a fast food taco
that's cool. But you
But
guys,
Taco Bell is the healthiest fast food restaurant that you can eat at in America. I don't know if you saw that little tidbit of information, depending on what you order.
Okay, true indeed.
They
I'm glad they came
than any other.
Wow, you are right too. I didn't think about that. They do put every vegetable in their tacos. Now that you really think about it,
it's not a whole. You got tomatoes, lettuce.
Right.
But they have beans, so you can just get a bean burrito. You don't have to have cheese. Yeah, if you just eat a tomato, lettuce, and bean burrito, that beats the shit out of a McDonald's fucking Big Mac. You know what I'm saying?
True. Are you a Mexican pizza fan at Taco Bell? I'm glad they came back with it. I love the Mexican pizza.
They're back?
Yes, they're back.
It's just a tostada, but
yes. Yes. It's just so good though. Cool. So the last one, what is your quickest turnaround time if you had to come up with one? Would it be the book or a script for a show?
Oh, the fastest thing you could possibly do is probably write something.
Right.
You take enough Adderall or whatever you do in Vegas, and you can probably crank it out in a couple days to a week.
Right. Are you planning on writing a new book?
I started a few things. I don't have time to write.
Okay.
There's no time to write.
Okay, I got you.
I do have a cool thing called Mundane. If I ever get back to it, maybe in retirement.
Have a little more time on your hands to do it.
It's a weird story that I've kind of combined as hit the backstory to Hitchhiker's Guide, which is about just a regular construction guy who is just living a normal life, and he has weird conversations with all the inanimate objects around him, or at least they comment on his life. He doesn't talk to them, but they comment about him in the narrative, right? Which is it's funny and fun.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you gotta get it out there then. All right. I appreciate it. So we're gonna see how very, very Vegas you are. All right. I took it easy on you. Hopefully, you seem like you're a researcher kind of guy. I need you to name the last casino built to open on the Las Vegas Strip. Just give me the last casino that was built and opened up.
Okay. The Flamingo.
Oh!
Was that the first one? Was that the first one? Did I get it
backwards? You did get it backwards. Yeah, we got to get you out here, Ray. We do got to get you out here.
At least I know my history.
Yes, you do.
If I don't know what's happening now.
Well, I'm going to give you the news then. And the last one we opened up was the Resorts World. Actually, it
name for a
yes, I know, but their brand though, they've been around and is known in the modern Las Vegas travelers if they're seeking luxury, value, and variety. They opened up actually June 24th out here, 2021 last year, 4.3 billion. So it's our most expensive. Damn. And then before that, Yes, huh?
They can come up with a
That
better
was
name.
I know. It's beautiful. Once you check it out, look it up. And also, before that we had the Circa, which is downtown, old Vegas. So we opened the Circa up down there, and that was only 1.2 billion. I'm like, only,
Oh, only?
but yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, maybe they should have splurged a little.
Right. I mean, but the Circa, you will love it. If you like the sports bar, this is like a sports bar as you've never seen before. It's just
What are
ridiculous.
sports?
Sports bar,
What are
like
sports?
you don't
Oh,
check sports up.
the distraction of champions. That's right. I
Right.
remember. Anyways,
Yeah.
I don't play video games and I don't watch sports. So if that helps explain how I have time to do it,
Gotcha.
that that's
Yeah.
probably
I'm not a video game guy, but I do sports every now and then. But I haven't did video games since I had Magic and Dr. J on Atari. That
well.
was
Since
like
you
the
do
last
like sports, you should check out my buddy's Hot Grits podcast. Hot
Hot
Grits.
Grits. Hold on,
It's a
let me get
sports
that down.
podcast. It's current
Hot
event shit,
Grits.
but like they funny. I don't
Hot
listen to it. I
Grits.
don't like
Who's the
sports, but
creator? Hot Grits. Who's the creator?
it's Spencer Maddox and Travis Bowden.
Gotcha. Okay, check them out. Appreciate
So
that.
it's I mean it's kind of it's I mean they do local Savannah shit, but they also just they interview people around the country.
Okay.
It's cool.
All right. All right. Well, I appreciate you. Yeah, it's been great. I thank you for taking the time out. I know you're busy. You probably like filming people on the back of
I'm
you right
literally
now. Like,
going
come on.
right back out of my office back into playing with puppets. So we're making a kids show called
Yeah.
Snips, which is like this huge food educational circus for
Okay.
kids. With we cook with a chef, and in between the entirety of making the dish, there's all these fun segments like time traveling back to where the dish was invented at the timetable with like these Rick and Morty-esque characters. A food wizard who explains the science of like how yeast affects pizza dough.
Wow.
But more segments. There's all educational segments. So I'm literally walking back out in the living room to shove my hand in the wizard's butt and
That's right.
make him
Busy
explain.
man. Thank you for taking the time out. And you guys listening in, you check the show notes where you have all the links where you can check out Reyshan yourself. It's right there in the show notes for you. And I want to thank you. All right. You got to come out here to Vegas. When you come out here, you have a contact now. Okay.
Hey buddy, I'm hitting you up. We'll go play some blackjack or something.
Done deal. Thank you, Reyshan. I want to thank my audience for tuning in. Good night. See you guys next Friday.
Cheers.